I had the most incredibly... It's kind of a weird thing that happened to me, and I'm not really sure what to make of it all.
What? Do tell.
Okay, so I've got a friend. I like him very much. He's a good guy, and I would consider us, chums. We're buddies. We talk all the time. We have fun, texting back and forth. But he lives across the country. He's not anywhere close to me. Mm-hmm. And he admitted to me a couple of, weeks back, and he admits it to everybody. It's not like a secret, right? That him and his wife are swingers. They're polyamorous. They do whatever you want to call it. They're out there in the world shaking and moving.
They're open for business.
Yeah, he's the plumber.
Right.
And she's Mrs. Crumpet.
Yes.
Yeah, to a lot of Billies out there, I guess. I don't know what goes on. I didn't ask for details.
Right.
But
did he kind of just slide it into a conversation?
Yeah, not even really. Like, he just kind of went out and admitted it. I mean, like, he wasn't even sliding into a conversation. He was like, me and my wife are swingers and blah, 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 blah. As if, the weather out here is great this time of year. Yeah.
Right.
I get to sleep with a lot of women and I'm married. And I was like, but it didn't really take me by surprise if I'm being, okay. Mrs. Crumpet. Didn't really surprise me if I'm being 100% honest about the situation.
Yeah.
It was like, it took me 2 seconds. Yep, that makes sense. Yep. That makes total sense. Yeah, I didn't even have to go to my computing machine. It just was like one of those things that you that made sense. Fit the motif, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And then on Sunday, I was sitting around having lunch here with my dear family. Me and the wife and the 2 kids. I don't forget what we were talking about. But then I get a text message and it pops through. It says, "Bing, this guy," right? And I'm like, this guy. Wonder what he's up to. It's Sunday morning. He's probably saying hello or how you doing or question about this or question about that. And I open it up, and it's a picture of him and his wife. Nude in a sauna. I mean,
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. And I was like, oh my gosh. Well, clearly this is not meant for me, right? Mm-hmm. The next message that comes through is, "Hey, we'll meet you for lunch. So glad we get to meet you in person," right? And I was like, or something along those lines. I forget. I'm saying verbatim. I don't know what the actual text message said. I deleted it. It's just to be nice to the people, right?
Yeah, you're like, this was not meant for me.
No, it was not meant for me. It's not a picture that was meant for me. I'm not going to keep it on my phone. And so so now I'm in this awkward position.
Right.
Do I tell Astrid or do I not tell Astrid what just came through, right? I've interrupted lunch with picking up the phone and looking at a text message and probably have this look on my face.
The surprise.
What? Right? Because, they're in some state of undress. Now, it's not some graphic photo. It's just like, it's literally them smiling naked, right? And I was like...
it's early Sunday.
Yeah, it's early Sunday. You're eating lunch with the kids. You're like, watching Mickey Jr. or whatever. Wake up, wake up, wake up to your friend's big cock. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, here we go. And so now I'm in so now here comes the first marital... Like, when you're married or you're in a relationship, you gauge the reaction before you even do certain things, right? You're like, okay, do I tell her I went to the tanning bed, or should I just let her figure out this raging sunburn? This raging sunburn meant I was out in the sun with no. And so I'm like, gosh, what do I do now? Do I tell her that I got this picture? Do I show her? And I instantaneously decide that honesty is the best policy.
Oh, yeah.
Like I do 99% of the time, right? I'm like, okay, honesty is the best policy.
Yes.
I need to just show her.
I would have shown
the
Jeff
text
immediately.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Look at this.
So that's what I did. I'm like, you will not believe this. Yeah. Look at this. And she's like, oh my God, really?